Yep, that's all
I
right.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mark, you lead us in prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, we come before your throne of grace this evening, Father, and we thank you for the state you've given us. We thank you, Lord, for allowing us to live in a place called Salem. Pray, Lord, that everything that's done tonight will be according to your will and your way, Father. Bless everyone this night. We thank you and praise your name. Amen.
Amen. Next item up is roll call. I am present. Alderman Williams.
Present.
Alderman Bullard is
Present.
Alderman Duncan.
Present.
Alderwoman Cisco.
Present.
City Administrator Burbridge.
Present.
City Clerk Fuller.
Present.
City Attorney Weber.
Present.
Public Works Director Nash.
Present.
Chief of Police Chase.
Present.
Finance Director Stacy Houston.
Present.
Do we have any other city staff with us tonight? We do not. Next item up is the approval of the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Bullard.
Yes.
Alderwoman Cisco.
Yes.
Alderwoman Duncan.
Yes.
And Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Next item up is the approval of the consent agenda.
I would move to approve the consent agenda. I'll second that.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Alderman Bullard.
Yes.
Alderwoman Cisco.
Yes.
And Alderwoman Duncan.
Yes.
Thank you. There's no hearing of persons for tonight. Next item up is any miscellaneous business for personal day policy amendment.
So this item was simply just accidentally left out. We discussed this last December in the workshop. We discussed it during the budget process. It was included in the budget as far as the numbers, just by accidental omission, the actual text did not get included in the personnel policy that you all adopted in June. So this is to correct that. The actual text to be included is there under personal days, it's underlined and bolded. And so that's, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have any.
Is there any questions? Alright, do I have a motion for the personal day policy amendment?
I move to approve the personal days policy amendment.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And I will call for the vote. Alderman Bullard.
Yes.
Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Alderwoman Cisco.
Yes.
Alderwoman Duncan.
Yes.
Next up is resolution number 27-2023.
Resolution number 27-2023, a resolution for the city of Salem, Missouri, authorizing the mayor of the city of Salem, Missouri to accept permanent sidewalk easements for the sidewalk construction project number TAP-9901520.
Thank you. Is there any discussion for resolution number 27-2023?
Are they asking for anything else? Okay.
Yeah, no, when I confirmed with, MoDOT's, right-of-way consultant,
Yeah.
With Locke Mueller, he confirmed, I went over the list, this is exactly what we need, and he confirmed yes. So,
Okay, good. I appreciate all the businesses.
yes,
Helping
and all
out.
of the help from everyone else,
Yeah,
it's much
so.
appreciated.
Thank you for all the board members as well, and for chipping in as well as Ms. Burbridge and city staff.
I would move to approve resolution number 27-2023-A. Oh, no, not dash A. Sorry.
Just want to add an extra letter.
I just like letters in.
I'll
My
second.
bad.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Alderwoman Cisco.
Yes.
Alderman Bullard.
Yes.
Alderwoman Duncan.
Yes.
Next up is Trumpy of the text service. This is just basically a renewal of the
Right,
contract. contract for
renewal
the
of
tech service.
Yeah, same texting service we've used for the past 2 years. When we implemented it, you'll see that the numbers have grown, from 331 total citizens using it a year ago, we have 507 total using it now. And we do use it, as you know, to send out a variety of messages to the citizens.
I know I hear a lot of people appreciating the text updates, making reminders of when to pay the utility bill or when to sign up for different things for, Parks and Rec, so I think that it's a very good service that you're able to provide, and thank you guys and your staff for doing so.
Do not get it confused like the mayor did the first time that he got the renewal message and thought it was a solicitation from the Trump campaign.
The one thing I would say is like, I think we might want to keep pushing this, because if you kind of look through it, like, I kind of did some back of the back in calculations, and, it's like, if with 507 citizens using it, getting around 10 messages or so, that comes out to like almost $1 per message that we're
Right.
sending out, so
Right.
like, it's pretty
It becomes
pricey.
more cost effective the more people use it.
Yeah, and I think we should try to push it more, or maybe even, look into running some kind of campaign again to try to push this again.
Yeah.
To try to get a few more people to make it a little bit more,
And
cause
what would you recommend?
I mean, we could put another, huh?
Insert.
Well,
Yeah, no, the insert is just gonna cost money again, I think we can run another Facebook thing, I know a lot of people don't run it, but like something for free, and just kind of once a month, just keep poking it out there, because like I haven't seen or, anything about it
Yeah,
in the
it's been a
past.
while.
Yeah,
So
I
just,
know that-
making sure we keep,
Yeah, I've been tagged in a
advertising.
few posts about how they can sign up, and I just kinda screenshot that one, I just
Yeah.
keep it on my phone now,
Right.
and screenshot it and send it through on the post, and then like things that know about it, so I think you're
Yeah.
on something.
And to be honest, over the past year, certainly, we haven't done
Right.
an active promotion, but we have put it in the insert.
Yeah,
utility insert, when especially as filler.
Yeah. and like that, or,
Right, and
maybe
occasionally on Facebook, but we can ramp that up some.
yeah, depending on what we're doing, maybe another like town screen blast once, if we can, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
possible. But yeah, that's just one of the things, I can understand how nice it is for people that do use it, as well as, the ability for city staff to receive internal memos or internal, messages as well, so.
And it's so useful, especially during, the winter season sports coming up, and it would have been very helpful even during soccer for Parks and Rec, just because that's, sending out the text message to everyone, letting them know games either been canceled due to weather or whichever, so the more people signed up would get more information versus trying to track it down on Facebook.
All right, no further ado, do I have a motion? Trumpia service, tech service.
I would move to, approve the, how would I say this? Trumpia contract for second renewal of the Trumpia contract. I would move to approve the renewal of the Trumpia text blast service
I will second that.
In the amount of $6,000.
in the amount of $6,000.
I'll call for the vote. Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderwoman Cisco,
Hey, before I say yes, the total amount due is $6,180.
No,
That's not, we don't have to include that.
that's if we pay by contract, or
Okay.
by credit card.
Gotcha.
Our intent is not to.
Okay, perfect, I just wanna make sure before, so yes.
Alderman Boyd,
Yes.
Alderwoman Duncan,
Yes.
next up is the construction trades building.
Okay. So this item, I know all of you on the board are very familiar with this project, the construction trades building at the high school. A partnership between the city and the school to get this building constructed. As they have moved forward with it, getting the electricity to the building itself, is normally something, same as in the instance with McDonald's recently, where the developer would pay for that. In that instance, it was a pass-through for the city, because what, in that instance and in this one, what we're paying for is the materials that become part of our infrastructure. So it's just getting the service to the building. like I said, normally the developer pays for all of that cost, which was the instance previously. In this one, with it being a partnership with the school, we're proposing that we pay a portion of that and the remainder come from donations for the construction trades building. And we do budget, you'll see I have the budget line there, we do budget a lump sum number for materials for the year, which covers various upgrades, improvements, repairs, take your pick, and so that's where this comes from. And I believe that total is $90,000, right, that we had budgeted this year.
Yeah, I remember. I think it's a good, program. I'm happy to see them around and trying to do some volunteer work and things like that, or, partnerships with different places around the city, so. Anything else, I would move to approve, covering the cost of $11,500 for electrical material, for the construction and trades building.
I'll second that.
Any other further discussion? We'll call for the vote. Alderman Williams?
Yes.
Alderman Boyd?
Yes.
Alderwoman Cisco?
Yes.
Alderman Duncan?
Yes.
Next up is the police department patrol vehicle.
So I do wanna make one statement, this item we got on the agenda last minute yesterday, so we were scrambling to put it together. Bellman Chrysler is actually part of the state cooperative purchasing program. And so that's why there are not additional bids shown. We're allowed through that cooperative purchasing program to use those that the state has already negotiated pricing on for items. We recently had electric materials for another project, that we ran through that as well.
Is this to help reduce the cost when we go
Yes.
through this?
Yeah,
Okay.
because we can't negotiate, we don't buy the volume that the state
Right.
does.
Okay.
So the state has, vendors that it vets and negotiates prices in advance, and then cities are allowed to join that program, and we have, and so that we can take advantage of those already negotiated pricings.
Okay. And this is gonna replace one of the vehicles, this is that revolving?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
And Chief is here if you guys have questions about the specifics of the vehicle or anything.
Any of the older vehicles that are sold on Purple Wave, Chief, don't they go back into they revolve back into the departmental fund?
General fund.
Yeah, it goes back into the general fund, yeah.
Okay.
And typically we end up with what we get back from the two vehicles we sell. It's usually enough to offset most of the purchase price of one of the new vehicles.
Okay.
And then the old car that we would be selling, we'll be pulling the equipment and the lights from it to go on this new car here.
Yeah, so that was a part of that other program where we started phasing into a higher grade equipment in the patrol vehicles. And so that way we're not buying new radios, new light bars, new sirens, stuff like that every year. There are certain times, and so our equipment on the cars is phased the same way as the cars.
Yeah.
So some of our older stuff will go out this time and we'll have to buy some replacement stuff, but very little.
Now, does the newer vehicle, Chief, go to an old officer that's currently with us, or a new officer that's with us?
The way it works on this particular, round, one will go to a corporal and then one will go to a patrolman. So
Okay.
they're all tenured guys.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? At this time, do I have a motion for the police department patrol vehicle?
I would move to approve the purchase of the patrol car.
I will second that.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Williams?
Yes.
Alderman Boyd?
Yes.
Alderman Cisco?
Yes.
And Alderwoman Duncan?
Yes.
Next up is the reading of bills, the second reading for bill number 3573.
So Bill number 3573, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign and execute an agreement between the city of Salem, Missouri and Build Tech Construction LLC for the construction of 6 T hangars at the Salem Memorial Airport, A33 State Block Grant Project number 23-066A-1.
Thank you. This time I'll open it up for discussion. Anybody has any comments, questions? All right, this time do I have a motion to accept bill number 3573?
Carol move to approve bill number 3573.
Yeah, second.
This time I'll call for the vote. Alderwoman Cisco. Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Alderman Boyd.
Yes.
Alderwoman Duncan.
Yes.
Apologize, everyone. My stomach keeps intruding for me into the miles. Next up is reports of city officials, boards, and committees. Ms. Burbridge, you were up first, ma'am.
So I do want to, just make a brief comment and thank the board. Over the past month, roughly, we've had a large number of ordinances that have come before you guys to be approved. And part of that, some of you probably remember, many of those, especially the rezoning ordinances that dealt with properties along Dab Lane, were actually approved back in early 2021. And so they were approved as a report from the Planning and Zoning Board, not as ordinances presented to you all. So those were all housekeeping, kind of making sure that we had things documented correctly and done right. And so kind of fixing past things. So, but I just wanted to say thank you because it's been some pretty onerous agendas to get out, as well as for you all to kind of digest and absorb.
There are some of those rezoning that we'll have to bring back up since we had to table it last time.
Right.
Along that lane there.
Right, yes.
Yep.
Is that it?
That's all I have for tonight.
Well, thank you for fixing some of the mistakes that's happened in the past. Well, next up, I'd ask Ms. Stacy Houston to step on up and give us an update on the financials, please.
Okay, so what I gave you a while ago, is an update on the sales tax revenue. As you will see, on the graph, there was a drop in September. So, September of last year to September this year, we had a 15% drop in, our distribution that we received. Year to date, that's 2% drop compared to the same time frame as last year. That is concerning, but I would wait and see what October looks like. There could be some entities that may be paid late, that will be a trip in October. So we're hoping to see that happen in October. So let's go to the next page. And this is an overall look at the utility usage, and this is through August 31st. So electric kilowatt hours that we have billed out is almost at 9.5 million. That is down compared to the same time frame as last year. Electric revenues billed is a little over 1.3 million. The purchase of power, we have paid $794,000 year to date. That is 16% less than the same time frame as last year. Water consumption sold is at 23.5 million gallons. Again, that's down compared to the same time frame as last year. Water revenues billed is around 148,000. Sewer consumption, we billed just over 21 million gallons, sorry about that. Revenues billed is at almost 200,000. And if you turn to that last page, this is a list of all the funds and activity through the end of August. It shows the beginning balance of all funds. We started at almost 7.9 million. The revenues came in of all the fund balance, of all the funds at 2.5 million, and we have spent almost 2.2 million. The ending balance of all funds is at 8.2 million, and that's through August 31st. So questions on that?
Just a comment, the additional 1% general revenue sales tax that was passed back in April, that's gonna start on October 1st, on Sunday, and we should start receiving that revenue maybe January, February from the Department of Revenue around that time frame.
Correct.
So we'll be looking out for that.
Right. Tammy and I have started sending documents to our auditor for last fiscal year, so, hopefully I'll get an update from her on when we can expect to have the audit done. Hopefully by the end of the year.
Right.
That's it.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, Stacy,
If
for
I
putting
can
that
add
together.
one quick thing, that the 1% sales tax you mentioned, Major Collegiate. So we did, Tammy and I, put together some postcards and sent them to all of our businesses, just as a reminder, we didn't have to go, about that coming up. Cause I know the state had not yet sent anything out, so.
Thank you.
Next up is my report. Apologize for everybody for my absence from the first meeting, suffering from COVID, but finally over that and back in action. A lot more bad humor and more energy to produce in these meetings. But, I would ask everybody to probably contact Salem News to place your sale on the yard sale map for the community-wide yard sale that's coming up October the 7th. Which following that will be the annual fall cleanup that is scheduled, from October 19th, or not 19th, October 9th through the 13th. I also wanted to thank you as, food service for hosting our tour with, Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe, Ron Copeland, Gary Larson, Commissioner Gary Larson, Tabitha Utley, Daryl Skiles was there, Administrator Burbridge, and, Sheriff Bob Wells, Chief Chase was there. I wanna thank all of them for attending. It was a pretty great experience since I've lived here for about 23 years, and it's the first time that I've been inside U.S. Food Service. But, other than that, I don't have anything else to report unless anybody has any questions for me tonight. Alright. So next up is, I see Miss Boyce is not here for Park and Rec. For her report. Next one up is Alderman Cisco. Or, wait a minute, let me back up, sorry. Yeah, let's get that on Mark. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, come on up. You ain't getting out of that easy. Nice try though.
I appreciate you just doing what you've done for the school with that building. That's one project that we'll start on shortly, get that in. We'll be getting with the, head contract, or the head person that's doing the electric work to see exactly where we wanna set that underground transformer for that. And, so then we'll start getting that all dug in. It's gonna go underground all the way from the takeoff pole to the building, so that'll look a lot better. That way if they wanna do anything more in that area, they'll have plenty of room. On the, with the wastewater facility, with the testing that we do when we send off, we're able to get a number on COVID numbers, that's within the city limits. They're also starting next month, they will start testing for influenza A and B. They can distinguish between the strands, so we'll get an idea, then we'll let the health department know or whatever, what those numbers are based on what could be coming through as far as our population. Fall's starting, leaves will be falling before long. I've already talked to Brent, start taking care of the ditches, the drop-ins and stuff like that, because they're gonna get a lot of leaves on them. There's a lot of leaves on the trees this year. As soon as asphalt gets in, we'll continue to get the rest of these places patched around town, where we've had to do dig-ins for, main breaks and whatever. We've had 2 main breaks lately, those are down quite a bit, so we're crossing our fingers, but those have been pretty well. You're gonna notice, if you look at your water, if we were to look at our water consumption, the fire that we had over at the tire shop, they dumped a lot of water on that, so the numbers are gonna be construed a little bit based on the amount of water that they had to pump on that fire to keep other buildings from catching on fire. Other than that, the guys are doing a great job. We've got some poles that we're gonna be changing out over on Truman. over there by the, street department. Got some poles that we gotta get changed out over there, got some wire we need to change out, it's the old, copper wire that, trees have rubbed the insulation, everything off of them, we've gotta trim that out, get that new wire put up over there to help over in that area, so, and, that's about all I've got.
Yes, Mark, I do have something for you.
Oh.
Can you reach out to MoDOT and see, I know it may be hard, because they've got a lot of mowing they need to catch up on. There's that walking trail right in front of Helena County that a lot of people utilize, especially, bikers and a lot of people running in and out of the gym there, and the weeds are so tall that, you know, anything could jump out and grab them, but I mean, it's becoming really dangerous even when pulling out in some places of where they need to be mowing.
I had Brent to have the guys go the other day over by Voice Lane, it was called, we got that cut. I've noticed MoDOT is out, they were over on, Scenic Rivers Boulevard doing a lot of trimming the other day, so,
Hopefully
they're
it
down,
continues.
yeah, you know, I mean, they're down on their employees, and, they've got a lot of area to mow, grass has grown really well this year.
Yes, it has.
So, they'll probably get to it, but I'll try to contact the office, or the office out there, see if they can do something with it.
Thank you.
I just only got one thing for you, Mark, or maybe two. Update on the signs I requested for, out here,
They're ordered,
okay.
we've got them ordered, Brent's just waiting for them to come in.
Okay, another thing is, with the slowdown with the water leaks, is there any way that we can rustle enough guys up together to start working on the hydrant leaks? I think there was like 19 of them last time I checked.
They've worked on some, we've got some of them, as a matter of fact, we've had to replace a few of the hydrants.
Yeah.
So,
Cause Donnie told me it takes what, 4 individuals to operate that machine, cause it's a pretty heavy piece of machinery, but, and I get that they're short-staffed.
Takes 4 regular people or 2 wheels. Will mower.
Which one do we have?
We have Will.
We have one will.
Yeah, we have one Will.
Oh, come on,
And I'll
Mark.
trump you with that one Will, so.
We'll just get you a back brace and you can get after him. Alright, that's all I got for you.
Okay.
Have we heard any more from US Foods on that, potentially trying to figure out that leak on Carty Street?
No, I talked to, Tom Wolf, and, just trying to get with him and get with I can't think of the guy's name, that does the work for them around their buildings and stuff. I'm just waiting for them to call back when they've got time.
I know it's turning into winter, it'll be getting cold very soon, sooner than later. But I'm hoping to have that residence right there, they're wanting to do a lot of upkeep on their property this coming spring, and so I'm wanting to hopefully help them, especially by doing the curbing, and there's no need to redo it right now, cause it's just gonna be ruined again if it continues to get that water leak, so.
Right.
Hopefully we can get that figured out very soon, it's been going on for
A long time?
hot minute, as the cool kids say.
Okay.
Alright, everybody running out of steam? Not yet.
Slowly.
We'll get a second one later on.
Okay, thank you.
Sit down. Alright, next up will be, since Melissa's not here, we'll go back to where I left off at. Alderman Cisco, do you have anything to report?
I do, I have a few things. We are gonna be scheduling a meeting for the finance committee coming up, in the next few weeks, so be on the lookout for that to be able to attend. I'll get with Tammy and find out a good date between her and Stacy. We had a couple people reach out to me to sign up for the community service committee. I really need a few more people, by a few more, I mean like 7. To sign up and help me. I really wanna get a head start on the fireworks. I know everybody's thinking of fireworks, that's in July, but unfortunately the planning for that needs to start before December. So, I'm really needing some help on that, just finding people who want to, help me find donations, help businesses wanna sign up for it. I'm really wanting to make this event, produce for itself. So by that meaning that we won't have to find as many donations in the future, I'm wanting to become income producing by itself. Other than that, we have been discussing on how to come up with a mission statement for the city. So we are wanting to involve more than just the board, so we're gonna get on board with that and start discussing different ways to come up with that, so we are focusing on that. Just a couple events that I wanna mention, the Salem boys basketball team is going to be doing a, golfing tournament, it's the Spring Creek Golf Tournament Club. It's a 4-person scramble, it's happening October 7th, at 10 a.m. It is $200 a team, so if you are interested in signing up with that, you can reach out to, Coach Jared Patterson or Coach, Jordan McLaurin. And then there's also the, Healthy Dent County Casino Night that's coming up, and that will be November 4th, and, that will be happening at the Salem Community Center. So any more details on that, you can reach out to the, Healthy Dent County and ask questions on that. Other than that, that's all I have for. I know, it seemed like a lot, I'm out of breath too, so you better pass it on to Sean.
Alright, Sean.
Just have a couple of items. There will be a Current River mural celebration event on Saturday, October 21st from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ozark Natural and Cultural Resource Center. It's located on 200 South Main Street. There'll be a lot of fun activities and opportunity to meet the artist, David Spear. And for more information, you can visit the ONCRC's Facebook page. And before our next regular Alderman meeting, I believe there's a holiday before, and it's Columbus Day, Monday, October 9th, and typically the city offices are closed that day, is that right? Okay, so the city offices will be closed on Monday, October 9th for Columbus Day. And that's all I have.
Wish I had all them holidays.
I have two things. First one, we had a recent resignation on the utility committee, so we have, an opening there. So I am looking for somebody to be on the utility committee. That's all I really gotta say about that. I am meeting with, SMTS, on Thursday, at their office in Rolla to discuss what options they can provide the city for expanding service beyond what they already have. Possibly running a line, a reduced style line here in Salem. We're gonna just discuss options, see what's out there. But I'm gonna talk to them on Thursday at 5, so.
I really appreciate you doing that, Kyle, it's gonna help out a lot of people who are underprivileged and not able to access, ways other ways, so.
Well, cross your fingers, we're, very, very early stages, so
Yeah.
we're not really sure what, or if it's even gonna be viable yet,
Right.
so.
No pressure, please get it done.
Okay.
You're doing more than some, so
So,
thank you for that.
Anyways, and that's all I have.
Okay. Alderwoman Duncan, do you have anything to report?
I have nothing to report.
Okay. At this time, I will need a motion to go into closed session for confidential and privileged communication from the public governmental body and its representatives.
I move to go into closed session for privileged communication with the attorney.
I'll second.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Boyd.
Yes.
Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Alderwoman Cisco.
Yes.
Alderwoman Duncan.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Mr. Nash, you had indicated that you had turned on that